real inquest in the Kangaroos dressing room at half-time. Tim Smith, until just a few seconds ago, laying the law down, and the last 40 minutes of Darren Lockyer's glittering and glorious career. And I just wonder what twists and turns we've got on the road. Darren Lockyer, with the words of Tim Sheens ringing in his ears.
Well, I'm sure that Sheens would have said to his side that there's no need to panic. Get back into the swing of things. England, of course, all the players out there realise they've got to up the tempo slightly. The Australians, as we anticipated, they're slowing our play the ball down. We've got to be a lot more enthusiastic about that. We've got the ability. James Roby, we've known for many, many years the speed from the play the ball area, but his colleagues have to get up and play the ball quickly. We have to try to put Australia on the back foot. Doesn't look too perturbed. Tim Sheens is a cool character.
Cameron Smith with the deep kick-off. Pouched by Sam Tompkins. First drive from Adrian Morley. Can't get away from Anthony Watmough or Matt Scott. And Scott holds his head as he comes away from that tussle. He's making his way now into the defensive line. Here's Graham.
Yeah, picked up a knock, didn't he, the big prop forward Scott. Doesn't look 100% at the moment.
Jamie Jones-Buchanan will play the ball here to Roby. He'll find Sinfield. Sinfield inside the 40 has gone for a deep kick. It got away from Darius Boyd, but it will skip its way deep, but only just got the angle slightly wrong. I'm sure he was going for a 40-20 there.
Yeah, I think you're right there, and they went early, went on the fourth, took a leaf out of the Australian book, what they did in the first half. Kicking very early indeed, in fact, on a couple of occasions on the third.
England with it still all to do, trailing on the scoreboard, but not by that much, just the 2 points. This is Williams going straight at Kurt Yeaman. Bit of help from Roby, and Wilkin, he's brought down on halfway. Smith to Lockyer, just pops the ball up for Watmough. Wilkin got to him, but he got the ball away to Gallen. Lost a bit of momentum there though, Australia. They're back on halfway. Cameron Smith. Turn the ball down centre field to Lockyer again. He comes up the middle once more with Watmough. That's good work from Graham to hang on to his shirt tails. Last tackle here for Australia. The kick from Thurston is high. It's another tempter. It's claimed by Luke Lewis. That will be the turnover though.
Well, it was obvious. Tim Sheens noticed in the first half that Sam Tompkins not at his best in regards to diffusing the high kick. And he didn't look all that confident either on that occasion. And you get the impression that Sam Tompkins is going to have a busy night in this second half.
Graham wanted the pass, got it. And Lawrence gets the tackle in on him. Helped out by Scott. Roby to Wilkin. It was a nonsense pass, that really. It was up round his neck when he collected it. Anyway, here come England again now with Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Oh, Ellis is grounded by Inglis.
Shoulder straight into the big fella.
Sinfield again. Kicking on the fourth tackle, and not the best. Here comes Yao Yi. Good chase from England. Ellis leading the way. Jones-Buchanan there also. Thurston to Uarte. England looking very busy in defence, very workmanlike so far. Chase just brushed away by Williams. He went to Yeaman, and to be fair to Chase, Rangi came back and had another snap at him. Thurston, flat ball. England deal with the threat as Gallen gets to his feet, plays it to Smith. Thurston now with the kick down the line to turn Sam Tompkins around. Great chase led by Thurston, and that was high again from Thurston, a bit round the collar.
This is one of the great periods of rugby league, Eddie. Who's going to crack? Both teams keeping the ball in play. No penalty blown by the referee so far.
It was round the shoulder, to be fair. Roby.
That's better. That was okay. Crowd thought it was a bit of a high shot there by Tony Williams. But at least one of the rare occasions in our set of 6 when actually in the Australian half.
Sinfield taking them on.
Strong defence though, isn't it?
Just thinking what a fillip it would be for James Graham to head off to the NRL with this Four Nations title firmly under his belt in England. Dural Yao picks up the kick forward. Sam Tompkins scratched into the ground with help from Wilkin. Here's Lockyer. Lawrence. PA announcer doing his best to get the England crowd going in this second half, early moments. So as we were at half-time. Have lost just once and drawn once of 15 games under Tin Sheens, the Australians, in the last 2 years.
What a great kick there from Cameron Smith. Okay,
too long.
It's got a bit too long, but kicking on the third, and look where they'll get their line of defence up. Get on the 30-metre line. Such a great thinker, isn't it, Cameron Smith? Great player.
Solid run from Jack Reed. There is Cameron Smith. They're apparent for Australia as the captain when Lockyer hangs his boots up in around about 35 minutes.
Seems like we've had a game of patience for 5 minutes, and both teams now asking the questions of one another. We'll keep bringing the ball forward. We'll stay conservative and disciplined with what we do. And which one will crack first?
Wilkin, little measured kick down the line. Turns Boyd around. Wilkin leading the chase with Yeeman.
Good stuff. Positive, the kick into the corner. Yeah, they've got the tempo in that defensive line now. Good work yet again from James Graham. Oh, Gallen
big hit.
Bounced away.
It was a big hit on Gallen, but it was just like he was never touched by anybody.
Like brushing away a moth, wasn't it?
Thurston. Oh, the ball has gone behind the winger. Is it a knock on?
Yeah.
It was. Well, Inglis is fallible.
Well, they lost patience first, Eddie. That's simply what it was. Now, 20 metres from the opponent's line here. Look, it's a misdirected pass. Ryan Hall did it for England in the first half. Nervous in that part of the field. This time it's Australia who cracked. Can England convert this into points?
This is a prime opportunity to stamp your mark on this game. Score a try here now, punish the Australian mistake more importantly. That will lift this whole crowd and lift this whole team.
Here is Rangi Chase then, attacking the line, giving it to Wilkin. Look, one of England's best tonight, John Wilkin. Playing with a lot of confidence. Roby is waiting. Finds Chase. Chase then helps it on to Yeeman. Yeeman backed himself between Lawrence and Lockyer. Gets the offload away brilliantly to Rangi Chase. The movement's kept going then to Sinfield. Sinfield to Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Ball went backwards. Sinfield still hangs on.
Surely that was reefed out by an Australian hand. That could have gone back to 6.
Graham to Jamie Jones-Buchanan. It's palmed down.
Thurston
has it. Just panic. Just panic at the wrong moments for England at times.
That's right, but now you got to transition. You got to defend now. Keep the Australians down here. Still good field position. Don't give a penalty away. Keep them down here.
46 to go for England when that ball
cannoned
away from Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Could have even been a penalty. It looks as though there were 2 Australians in the tackle. They've got to keep them down here now, and look who went in there, demi-half. Darren Lockyer, the experience just to calm things down.
Well, this is the Four Nations final from Ellen Road in West Yorkshire, and our commentary going to Sky NZ in New Zealand, and also, of course, to our friends in Australia. Lockyer with the kick down centre field. That's easy for Tompkins. Here's Ryan Hall again, bounces off a couple. He's grown in this competition, Ryan Hall, hasn't he?
He's been the start of the show as far as England's concerned. I mean, the 3 tries that he's scored looked as though it was impossible, but
Briscoe having a little run.
It's such a big unit. You know, it was interesting. I spoke to Tim Sheens last night, and a couple of years ago, Eddie, he inquired about actually purchasing Ryan Hall.
Well, he'll get a big price on him now, on his head. Wilkin to Graham. Graham goes up the middle, bounces out of one and would be challenged.
And again, we've got to speed the tempo up. Look, they're allowing them to get them back into the defensive line.
Chase to Wilkin, picked it up brilliantly, found Roby. Roby saw a gap! Is that a knock-on by Sinfield?
Yeah.
It was.
Well, at least they're keeping the ball alive, and it's something that was lacking in that first 40. Roby saw a little chink in the armour there, got the offload, but it just couldn't control it, Sinfield.
Difficult ball to take for Kevin Sinfield there. James Roby's arms pulled just as he was offloading. That's been a good period, a good 10 minutes, and certainly a better start to the second half for England than the first half.
Sinfield, man of the match last week. Wonderful controlled performance against the Kiwis. Heeman does well to negate the threat of Lawrence, but here goes the winger, Gerald Yaoye. Smith, Thurston. That was high. Looked high around the neck then of Anthony Watmoe. Referee not convinced. Thurston to Lockyer, great ball, but he loses it forward.
Good tackle by Reid. Got the advantage, play on to the official.
And that's the zero tackle, England inside the Australian half. Inglis couldn't hang on to that.
Great work, wasn't it, by the centre, Jack Reid. He's certainly shone in this tournament.
Ellis taking them on again. Lewis and Thurston with the tackle. Roby. Graham. Back he comes to Sinfield. Loose pass, but Tompkins makes it into something. Here's Rangi Chase. 4 after in, and it's opened up suddenly for Chase. Still going. No, he's not.
And you can see Chris Lawrence just hanging on, not allowing the halfback to get to his feet quickly.
Jamie Jones-Buchanan up the middle.
It's a good build-up. Will he offload? Will they utilise James Graham rather as a human tank, or will he offload? No, they've gone on wide.
Sinfield tried to kick through. Oh, and Australia first to react. But I think they've been penalised, Australia, for tackling a man without the ball.
Just trying to put the stab through. It wasn't a good one.
Well, it looked like a 50-50 tussle for the ball. It doesn't matter. The calls go. They ebb and flow, the calls. They'll even themselves out, but it's a great position now for England. Kevin Sinfield's kick, charged down, and the judgment here was the Australian tackle the Englishman without the ball.
It was a laboured little run from Ellis, but he was pushed out of the way. And he says, let's have 2.
Yeah, it's an important kick as well.
Well, we've been here before, haven't we? It's almost a carbon copy of 2 years ago. I think on that occasion we were 2 points in front here. We should be level. Half an hour to go in the game. Have we learned anything from the experience that Peacock and Morley and so many of these players went through just 2 years ago on this very ground?
Score-wise, it's the same, Phil, but I think there's a steely determination about England. They showed that last week against New Zealand. Kevin Sinfield kicks this. We're all level.
Yep. Scores are level. Worth just mentioning that if they stay level at the end of 80 minutes, we go to the drama of golden point extra time. Australia have been down that path in the past, 2006. And they beat the Kiwis that year in golden point, courtesy of that man, Darren Lockyer. Long way to go yet, though. Just under half an hour off the feet of Rangi Chase, and he hangs on and just takes the tackle. He heard Lockyer coming down the short side, and a mistake.
Me. Lack of concentration. Jamie Jones-Buchanan short side when it needed just to be calm. Tom Briscoe really wasn't alert enough. That is poor play, and he knows it, does Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Yes, maybe not the best pass option to come down such a narrow short side.
Now, you turned the ball over, though, but you haven't conceded a try.
Not yet.
That's the important, that's the important part. You don't have to concede a try from an error.
Thurston. That ball went backwards off Thurston, play on. So England piling the tackle. Cameron Smith. Gallen. Scored a try at Wembley, didn't he, Paul Gallen?
Come back! Come back! Sam, you're off!
Smith, Thaiday, straight at Rangi Chase. Peacock stood his ground.
Such a handful though, isn't it? A huge unit.
Smith, Thurston, Lockyer. Lockyer, they go wide to Darius Boyd, further wide then to Inglis. That was off Hall. 6 to go, says the referee. He's wiped the tackle count down. As this run finds Lawrence with the pass, there's Darius Boyd. They come out wide here. England come over in numbers. Yeaman gets to him, and Australia have gone with him to touch. That's tremendous scramble defence from England. Terrific stuff.
He's going upstairs to see whether he's got the ball over the line, Eddie.
Well, it might be the man that knocked it on, Jamie Jones Buchanan, or give the error. That's made it. Huge effort.
Has he got control of it, but the leg is over
short
the line
anyway, surely, isn't he?
Either way, I think he may have got this down, Eddie, but has he got his hand
This is going to be close.
outside? It's very close indeed.
There might be a jersey on the line.
Boy, how on earth did he went for it? It looked short there.
Have a look at the jersey.
Isn't he touching the post? Isn't his body touching the corner post?
Well, not at the point of impact. And
He's short, isn't he, anyway? Isn't that short?
well, it looks it there, but there it looks as though it's on the whitewash. But has he got control of it? Boy, it's been a busy night for video referee and Smith. This is sensational. I think he gets it down before any part of that green and gold jumper hits a whitewash. It's a difficult one. It's a split second. Has he got the fingertips?
His
It looks
jumper's
short
on the
there.
touchline.
I think he'll turn this down.
Well, the Aussies are ready to celebrate in the crowd. But they'll have to wait a bit. Knock on, I think he's given.
Well, Sir Ian Smith, MBE, is doing a great job here tonight.
I don't think there's much doubt about that one, do you? Thought he was short, didn't you? I really did think he was short.
No, he's in touch. His shirt. I think his shirt's in touch. Honestly, I'm not. I know it sounds strange, but I think his shirt hits the touchline.
Let's credit England with the great scrambling defence.
It is, and it's Jamie Jones Buchanan making sure that his error didn't cost his country.
I almost thought you were telling fib, Steve, when you said he'd sent it upstairs to the video referee. Couldn't believe it.
Well, he did.
You were right. Let's get down to Bill on the side.
Well, England preparing to bring on Gareth Widdop, the Melbourne Storm. Well, the standoff now, and you'd have to say after the season he's had. Widdop, who really has had to be very patient in this Four Nations series. Steve McNamara has kept him on the bench for a long time, but he's brought him on to good effect later on in the game. And Widdop waiting for his opportunity to come on. Is exactly who he'll replace. We'll wait and see. Previously, when he came on, he replaced Sam Tompkins.
And also Gareth Carvel has come into the fray. The big prop James Graham, he's taken off.
And the Australians have yet to use Cooper Cronk. Here's a penalty for hands in at the ruck and an interference at the play of the ball. Jamie Jones Buchanan just shakes his head, doesn't believe that that's been given, but it has. See why he's hanging on to his shirt collar. Yao Ye trying to get to his feet and play it.
Just
no Cooper Cronk yet for Australia. No Widdop yet. Or
just a lack of
he's
competition.
just come on, Cooper Cronk.
Just saying, Eddie, a lack of concentration there again by second row Jamie Jones Buchanan, but he's a talent, this fella, Cooper Cronk.
Last time he came on against England at Wembley, he played up the middle, always in that loose forward position, linking well with Cameron Smith. Might see that again tonight.
And last week he got a hat-trick against the Welsh. Luke Lewis now for Australia.
They're using Cronk out wide.
Come on, Gareth.
It'll be Thurston perhaps take first receiver, he does.
This is Gallen. Still going, Gallen. Oh, great offload. Cameron Smith for Australia underneath the post. England there in numbers and force him back.
Thurston went to ground, he was trying to milk the penalty. He's on his feet now.
Lockyer, great hands. Great try from Yaral Yaoyi.
Great hands.
And he even had time to come around a little bit and improve the conversion attempt to come from Jonathan Thurston. Just such quick hands from the Australians. The video referee decision just a few moments ago only delayed the inevitable, and Yaral Yaoyi gets his third try for Australia. A try in his test debut in the Anzac Test in May of this year, and a try against Wales in Wrexham last week Here's the second in 2 weeks. How important is this?
Wonderful play. Quick hands, Darren Lockyer first. Fullback chimes straight into it and say, you get it over in the corner. Just sucked in the defence. Billy Slater is happy with that. Why not be? Let's hope that the operation on the shoulder will be successful. It's such a talent, isn't it? And so is this kid here.
Yes,
nice finish.
Gerald Yaoye from Brisbane, only 21 years of age. Be around for a long time to come. And Jonathan Thurston, well, he got 42 points before this game in the tournament. That's equaling the record set by Stacey Jones 2005. He came into it needing 4 goals to equal Jones' 21 goal record for the tournament. How many has he got so far tonight? He's got 2, this for 3 then. He's a great kicker, Jonathan Thurston. As that proves, he seems to kick them from everywhere, left, right and centre. 14-8, important now England hang on.
Well, back-to-back tries have been something that Australia have done well. Here we see the one, it's a brilliant pass first from Lockyer, then from Boyd, passing the difference. Great skill to see them execute that. Well, they have been dangerous in previous years where they've scored a try and then in the next 6 tackles done the same again. That has to be, England have to be so strong here and controlled during these 6 plays.
Widdop, as you see, is on. Operating just inside Tom Briscoe, and it's Rangi Chase, though, who's come off. Here is Luke Lewis, and Westwood gets to him. There is the Melbourne Storm man. Cooper Cronk now for Australia. Chase and Graham taking a breather. Next to the doctor. Thaiday. Ellis, shoulder to the wheel, brings him down. Just inside English territory here. Cameron Smith. Thurston. Lockyer. Here they come. The cavalry charge down this right-hand side. Lawrence. Great tackle, Yeaman. He's in touch. Great tackle, Kurt Yeaman.
They stood their ground, man on man. They got curled up early, didn't they? When Yiyar got over for the try, but this is wonderful sliding defence by England.
I'll try and get set on the 10 for you.
It's a new man on the pitch, Yiyar. There he is. I think his name's Yao Ye.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's I know a donkey in Greece. It's a pet donkey.
Stay, boys. Ben,
Hope he's
Gareth,
watching.
Ben.
Widdop feeds the scrum.
Now then, can we get anywhere near them?
Great
Look at
defence,
that.
Australia.
Tremendous stuff. They'll tighten up now. It's getting to that stage, perhaps, into the final quarter, where England may only be left with the option of maybe just a chip over the top. We haven't seen the twinkle toes of Sam Tompkins.
Yeah, he's been quiet so far, hasn't he, Sam?
Australians, Eddie, when they're interviewed and when you see their performance on the field, they like tight matches and they can win tight matches. Whether they're in front or whether they're behind, they can still win. The question is, do England have that belief that they can go on and win this game from now? 20 minutes to go, they're 6 points behind. Where the Australians, you can be sure they'll be thinking they can win it. If England have that same belief, they might be able to go and close this game out.
20 minutes remaining. Tompkins hands on the ball, gives it then to Sinfield. He goes down the middle with the kick. Lands in front of Darius Boyd, skips towards him, and great hands from the fullback.
He's had a big game, hasn't he? And a wonderful game last week as well. Darius Boyd is an impressive player.
Come on, Ben, wait for it. 2, move.
Well, the defence that England had to put in early in the match could come back and bite them. They've had to be really big in defence for much of that first half. It's 14-8 to Australia now. We've got 19 minutes remaining. England must score next. Thaiday.
Good work. Wasn't going to be fooled by that little short offload. I must say that the Australians have really utilised the short blindside tonight as well.
Here's Thurston. Cut out. Lawrence finds Lewis. Takes the return then, Thurston. Then in field it comes. They recycle it down the middle with Gallen. Can't let this fella get ahead of steam up. Thurston! Thurston is through! And Thurston will score under the sticks for Australia. Jonathan Thurston, an injury cloud all week. Would he be fit or wouldn't he? And Thurston, he was at the heartbeat of that move that led up to that try. And it was a sensational try as well, right under the posts. And Jonathan Thurston gets his 9th try at international level. He smashed the points record now for this tournament. And he's about to equal the goal-kicking record as well, held by Stacey Jones. It could be a killer blow for England, this.
Certainly could be, but you can see that the England defence sort of looking a little bit fragile. Came out of the line, didn't he, Tom Briscoe, and they look at that huge gap he goes through. Take nothing away from the prop forward Paul Gallen. Good support play. Tompkins couldn't stop him. But this guy's got so much influence as well. The hooker, Cameron Smith, knows when to calm things down, knows when to set everything up. Fair play to this guy. Acceleration, but the support play by Thurston. They said he had a doubt. They said they had a problem with the groin. Doesn't look like it, does it?
Thurston then to increase the lead and equal Stacey Jones' goal-kicking record in the Four Nations tournament. Bang in front, no problem. A killer blow for England, maybe.
Well, Tom Briscoe's got every right to be disappointed with his teammates. He was cut short of numbers. He made the decision to come in, snuffed out the threat of Luke Lewis. Ball's gone back inside, and there were some people who got caught having a rest inside. Paul Gallen good enough to go through the break, put Jonathan Thurston through to score that try. With some lazy defence from England, they'll look back on the tape and they'll be disappointed. They want to be hoping that doesn't cost them now.
Well, it's familiar territory for England. They're in the last quarter of a match against the Australians, and they have to come from behind. It's 3 tries they have to score now to win, or at least they have to score 3 times.
And they've done it, haven't they, over the years in regards to scoring not just 1 try that's vital, but 2. And it virtually puts the game away from them. And they know they'll be chasing.
There's one angry young man waiting to come on. That's James Graham.
4, moving now. Come, Jamie.
England had to do a lot of defence, didn't they, very early in the piece here tonight. We wondered if it would come back and bite them.
5.
Still plenty of time, 16 minutes.
Hold, mate, hold, Ben. Go.
Here's Lockyer. Oh, it goes high again off that left boot of his. It's spiralling everywhere. Tompkins claims this one.
On that occasion, you could see eyes on the ball, not interested in the oncoming traffic. Put under pressure by Darius Boyd. Boy, he gets through some work, doesn't he, the fullback? Boyd works hard, loves to link into the 3-quarter line. He's been effective tonight.
Briscoe running flat.
We just can't make any ground in possession now, can we? They seem to have gone up to another level defensively. We've had 2 plays since Sam Tompkins caught the ball and was tackled, and we might have made 1 or 2 metres.
Well, Phil, we're heading into the last 15 minutes. James Graham and Rangi Chase are sitting on the bench. Steve McNamara, if he knows how he wants to finish this game, he's got to put his two of his best attacking players on this field and throw everything that they've got at the Australians.
Little half break from Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Got the arm free, couldn't offload. No one there to anyway.
Yeah, and that's been one of the disappointing things about England's performance tonight, is that the support play has been brilliant. Oh, we've got an opportunity. He'll take the knock
Take the first knock on, I think.
Yes, he will. He'll put it down. Marty knows he's come up with a huge error. But Jack Reed was there.
Once he passes the ball, though, that's deemed that England have taken their advantage.
Referee can pass the ball. It's the international rule for advantage. Once the ball has been passed, advantage is gone.
The referee is explaining to the England back there, once the ball has been passed, you've taken your advantage. This is Australia's end feed. It's international rules. Their advantage now over. Knock on, Gareth Ellis.
Such a hard one for the player to try and think of at the time. You know, the pass is on.
Well, he was furious with himself a few moments ago. Now he knows he's relieved, and he has been rescued by the international laws.
Get in. Come on.
They'll share the workload now, will Australia. Maybe not much finesse from them from this position. They know that they've got the power, especially this guy. Sam Friday. He's had a good tournament.
Lawrence for Australia, halted by Widdop and Westwood. Lockyer.
Super
Great kick.
Just splits the full-back and the winger, and look at that chase.
1. Move, Marcus
7
Square.
players,
Go.
all running with great gusto.
England came into this with such high hopes again.
Clearing, Marcus lock in.
Not out of it yet. They've acquitted themselves well. They've played good in patches.
No, Eddie, they showed us enough in this tournament to go into this game with high hopes. They were threatening against Australia and Wembley, and they were very good at beating New Zealand last week, but there's been errors tonight that we haven't seen them, and you certainly can't make against this Australian side. You've got to be almost error-free. I know it doesn't happen often.
You've got to play the perfect game, there's no doubt about that, and you get little chances like they just had then when that ball was spilled and Jack Reed got hold of it. They have to take those chances. The Australians, they can maybe throw a couple of those chances away because they know there's 6 or 7 more coming in the next 5 minutes.
Agreed. They're the best in the world, and England have got to try and get up there.
Briscoe hacks it forward. Tompkins is after this. Boyd gets to it though. Tompkins gets to Boyd. Thurston. And here's Uwate.
2, Robbie now.
You know, to try and give a bit of hope, a converted try now. Yes. Although they haven't got the ball, a converted try now, and this game goes to 20-14 or 14-20. That's going to the last 10 minutes.
Here's Cooper Cronk.
4.
But again, the Australians into the England half, and the control with the forwards and the kick. Great step.
What now? Wide they go with Inglis, and England take the dummy, and Australia take the Four Nations.
And there goes your hope.
Greg Inglis, a master craftsman. A try in the 46-16 win here against England in the 2009, the final. He sort of played his way back to full match fitness for this final, Greg Inglis. Well, what might have been at one end for England and what is at the other end for Australia.
And again, the quick hands has been the key. Looking to get away with it, wasn't it? And you can see that Reed knew that Ellis had on the inside, so therefore he got over the advantage line, confused everybody, but this is absolute superb, isn't it? The step from Thurston through the dummy, it was so easy. So easy. The big centre, Cameron Smith set it up like he so often does. See how he just moved the head and the eyes distracted. They took the dummy and he sails in.
Outstanding play from English, outstanding play from Australia. Thurston to add the extras, make it 5, and a new goal-kicking record just to rub a little bit of salt into the wounds. Sadly, there are English supporters heading for the exits. Thurston doesn't miss, and Australia are 26-8 ahead, and they're going home having regained the Four Nations crown, and they're sending Darren Lockyer into retirement, which is what he's been all through his career, a winner.
But it takes a massive effort, you know, to get Australia rocking on the ropes, and England had done that, but they couldn't find the killer blow, could they, to knock them out. They had to score that try here to give themselves a chance, and if you don't, they'll get off the rope, start swinging some big plays. The big one just got them the Four Nations trophy.
Yes, it has. Familiar story, sadly. So near, so far.
And I think you've got to look at the composure that the Australian side has certainly brought to this game. At times when they were put under pressure, they realised just slow it down, and they know they had the power, especially with this guy. Haiday nearly always gets over the advantage line.
Here's Thurston again. They haven't finished yet, the Australians. They are hungry for more. Boyd, Lawrence skirts away from a couple.
Hands off.
Smith, last tackle here for Australia. Lockyer, little chip over the top. Cooper Cronk, did he get it? No, Sam Tompkins claimed that bravely in the air. Here's a penalty coming England's way. 26-8, 9 to go. Penalty underneath their own sticks. A crumb of comfort.
Yeah, I got a bit excited in the substitute, Cooper Cronk. Hasn't been the best night for this fella, Sam Tompkins.
Here goes Graham. Lewis gets to him first.
But I'm just saying that in regards to Tompkins, Tim Sheens is a fine coach. You realise that the Australians put him under pressure. He did that. He had a nervous start and really has not sparkled. Not being given a chance.
They've been frustrating it to play the ball, Australia, haven't they? They have.
If they get away with it, Eddie, they'll do it.
Well, he got play on after that. I'm sure that would have had to get his foot out of the grasp of the Australians.
Look, it hasn't been the cleanest play of the ball, but you would say the referees refereed it the same for both teams.
For both, absolutely.
26-8 reflects the score and it reflects the difference in these two sides at the moment. I know people will say, well, I think we were better than that. I don't think so. Being perfectly honest, I think this is a fair result. I'd like to see England not concede any more and possibly score a few. You don't want to see a blowout scoreline. It's demoralising.
I'm with you, Brian. I thought England were very poor, especially in the first half. 6s and 7s, but again, the Green Machine, it's on the roll, isn't it?
Move! Wait for it.
Lockyer just popped the ball up then for Galloway.
Fifth and
That's the last tackle for Australia. Lockyer will just pump the ball down the line and he'll invite Tompkins to run it back at the Kangaroos, which he does willingly.
Surrender!
They're very disciplined, Australia, aren't they? They don't panic. As I say, they have a couple of chances, they put them down. They know more's coming. England have a couple of chances, put them down, and your heart sinks.
Eddie, they play it every week. They play at this intensity and tight games every week. And then they have the Origin to top it all off. They're certainly in a better position than us coming into these games.
Sam, square up.
So it's an us now, is it, we've lost?
Oh, look, as a representative over here, but no.
Come.
And if you say, before this game's over, let's just sit back and enjoy the Australians.
Well, let's do it.
Home.
Darren Lockyer's last 7 minutes, Eddie. Sit back and enjoy it.
No thanks.
James Graham's last minutes on the field over here as well, and he has never let his country down, James Graham. I'm talking about Darren Lockyer. We know how good he is, but James Graham, in all the games he's played for St Helens and for England, he has been outstanding.
But the difference has been with the slick handling and the support play that the Australians have displayed tonight. It's been a pleasure to watch it, sadly.
I got the feeling watching the game that they've thrown more passes than England. We'll have to go back and see if that's the case. But early on, Eddie, their ability to shift the ball wide, they've stretched England, and we complimented the English on excellent defence to prevent the tries. But maybe the movement of that ball is the reason why in this final quarter we haven't been able to prevent the tries.
It's very true. Very true. Cronk. Not bad, is it, that the Thurston was under a bit of a cloud this week and they had somebody of the ability of Cooper Cronk ready to step into his shoes if needed. Hasn't been needed, of course. Graham has got the ball back for England, has he? No, there's a double knock on, so it'll be head and feed mistake by Keith Galloway.
Yeah, it was a short pass. He thought he was going to be the dummy runner. The confusion between Thurston and the big fella, Galloway, but the seconds ticking away and the Aussies know they've got it in the bag. I remember before this tournament started, we interviewed Tim Sheens and he made it quite clear that the Kiwis had to be beaten. Never mind the English side, it was a fact that it said that they hold the Four Nations trophy. They also won the World Cup the last time. And he'll be happy that his side will be lifting the trophy tonight.
Yes, it's the way that Darren Lockyer would have wanted to bow out. Of course, every Englishman will have wanted him to go home tonight a loser, but you always got the feeling that the Australians, well, they just wouldn't let that happen. It's a good ball from Rangi Chase wide to Hall. And Hall is nearly through.
So that should be a penalty. He wanted to get on with the quick play of the ball.
Doesn't matter now, Steve-O, does it really? I know what you're saying. Now then, Wilkin. Great defence. You'd think it was a 2-point ball game, wouldn't you? Sinfield trying to stutter his way across the line, but they're there in numbers. Great chance for England. Consolation prize, maybe. Chase. Rangi Chase. Gets the ball away brilliantly to Ellis. He finds Tompkins. Tompkins, ricochet, Australia got it. Luke Lewis dropped on the loose ball.
Two, move, hold.
Well, the agony continues, doesn't it?
Yep.
59 years.
Three, play the ball.
December 1959, rather, 52 years since England last, or a British team anyway, won a series on home soil.
4, move. Hold, boys,
And
hold.
almost 40 years since they won a trophy of any sort.
They've been by far the better side, Eddie. You can't take it away from the Australians. You mentioned the discipline, and the kicking game has been better than ours. The defence has been much better, but the support play and quick hands out in the three quarters has been a joy to watch.
They just up the ante, don't they?
Yeah.
When needed.
One, go now.
They go out there, they work hard as a team. They know they've got a job to do, and that job was to stop England
Do that.
making the
Move.
breaks, of which
Come
they've
on.
only had 2 the entire game.
Here's Graham.
3, Sam off it.
Compare that to 12 from the Australians. The story is told.
Tim Sheens'
the ball, wide.
impressive record as Australian
4,
coach
David off.
continues on. Just the one defeat in this Four Nations final last year. Was under threat at half-time, 8-6 the lead. It was under threat when England got back to 8-all.
Have you go.
But just when it was necessary, Australia put their foot on the gas. Here comes Uati.
Move. Come back.
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes of the 2011 year. We all hoped that this would really be the icing on the cake for the game in this country, but sadly, not this time. And here goes Thurston again. He's got Cooper Cronk in support. Thurston bounces off a couple, does he? No, Tompkins sticks to him like glue.
Had a great game though, hasn't he? Jonathan Thurston. He really has controlled things out there, and so has this fella.
Lockyer gets the ball wide. Up the middle they go with Lawrence. Can't delay in making the tackle against this free-flowing Kangaroo team.
He's been good, Lawrence, in this tournament. He's held his own.
Oh, the ball has bounced kindly. Has Lockyer got the moment?
Yes!
And Darren Lockyer, following up his own kick, it ricocheted back off the post, and Darren Lockyer gets the try to seal the victory, seal a career that's been filled with glory from start to finish.
Will he kick the goal?
Well, it would be a nice touch, but he's on the score sheet, and the history books will show that perhaps the greatest player of all time to pull on a pair of rugby boots has taken a full part in this Four Nations final, his last ever game of rugby league, and he is going to take the kick.
It's a fitting tribute to a sensational rugby league player. He was definitely aiming for the post.
Even little things come off when you're as good as him.
But Eddie, that was no fluke. Watch the eyes. At the post, wanted it to ricochet. It comes his way. What a way to bring down the curtain. And let's hope he kicks it. He'll never live it down if he fluffs this.
Oh! What a way to finish. He should have left it with Thurston.
Get out, Steve-O.
You hexed him.
Yeah.
You hexed him.
And
That's the last kick of Darren Lockyer's career, and it was not the best. He's a bit out of practice. It's been Thurston's night with the boot, but he came up with the last try. Australia go home with the Four Nations trophy, and Darren Lockyer will never speak to Steve-O again as long as he lives. 30 points to 8. A 22-point margin. Was that fair enough, Phil?
I think it probably was an accurate reflection. I think he missed that kick just to prove that he was human in the end, Eddie. Darren Lockyer has been a great player, and it's a brilliant... I mean, it's not been scripted in LA, but scripted here, probably in Leeds, that he went out with the final try. He led his side, I thought, with a lot of composure in that second half. For the first 10 minutes of the second half, they really were under pressure. 2 handling errors inside their own half gave England some hope, but they couldn't convert that into points, and it certainly is a fitting tribute to what has been an absolutely marvellous career.
Well, a fantastic end for Darren Lockyer, one of the the greats of the game, a living legend, will become one of the immortals. His try will live long in the memory, but I don't think the kick will, Stickmo. You really did him, didn't you?
Yeah, I X'd him, that is for sure. But he had a wonderful smile, didn't he? And a hug and say, well done. The trophy is ours, and well done from Tim Sheens.
35 tries for Darren Lockyer in 59 tests for Australia. An outstanding career comes to an end. An outstanding career comes to an end in the most fitting of ways. There's the man of the match, Jonathan Thurston, and he's talking to Bill.
Jonathan, congratulations on a man of the match performance. You went into that game maybe under a little bit of pressure. You seem to cope with it all right.
Yeah, look, it's a great feeling coming here and playing England in the final. You know, the crowd gets into it, and you know, the boys did well to hang on there. You know, they stuck it to us for a good 60 minutes, and no doubt I think England will be on top soon.
Was it a high tackle, penalty try? It's history now.
Yeah, that's right. Look, you know, it wasn't unintentional, but you know, I clipped it across the face. But you know, he did well. But look, you know, just stoked to get the victory and play my good mate Lockie in his last tour. So it's been great.
Well, thanks for that. Thanks, well done for a man of the match performance and for leading us to Darren Lockyer. Darren, if we could have a word. Jonathan Thurston's just handed you the egg at the end there, hasn't he?
Oh, mate, yeah. That's what I haven't goal kicked for a while, and that's the reason why, mate. But, yeah, look...
But you still got to round it off with a try.
Yeah, no, that was pretty... that was nice, mate, to get a try right in the dying stages there. So, look, you know, it's been an enjoyable trip for us. You know, England were very valiant tonight, and we just had to hang in there, and we got there in the end.
You're going to miss this, aren't you?
I am, mate. Look, without a doubt, you know. I'd love to keep going on forever, but you can't. Look, Alan Road's been, you know, special to my heart every time I've played in England. I've loved every minute of it, and this stadium has been good to me.
Never lost here, have you?
No, I haven't. But you know, win, lose or draw, just the atmosphere and the people, it doesn't get much better.
Do you think you're up and against it at times this evening? I mean, one of the two of the calls weren't going your way. England was certainly up for it. Was there, when it was tight at half-time, did you feel you were up against it?
Yeah, we sort of said at half-time we probably had to run a play, but just a couple of calls went against us. Bouncing the ball didn't go away. We just had to hang in there and not get frustrated.
Are you going to be a good spectator?
Oh, look, nights like tonight, you just want to be out in the field. So that's part of retirement. I just have to go through that process.
Enjoy the retirement. You're going to enjoy being retired, do you think?
Oh, look, I've had a great time. I've been fortunate to play at this level for a long time. So many great memories, you know, so I don't have any regrets.
Thanks very much. Well, we can hear from Gareth Ellis, who came back from a back injury to play tonight. And 8-6 at half-time. You must have really felt, coming out for the start of the second half, that you were definitely in the hunt here.
We did. We were under the pump for periods that first half, but we stuck at it, and we were in the game, and we really, you know, just spoke about carrying on the momentum, and you know, and keeping it a tight game, and that was the way that I think we could have won. But again, you know, Australia just proved to be that little bit better than us tonight.
Also defensively, I mean, you threw just about everything you had at them, but couldn't crack.
Yeah, I think we didn't get that many opportunities really, and we probably the opportunities we get, we bombed a little bit, and against a team like Australia, you probably need to score those chances. So it's really disappointing. We came into the game with a lot of belief, but that we could do the job tonight, and that's why it's so disappointing.
Do you think that the standards you've set in this tournament, maybe you didn't hit them tonight?
Possibly. You know, we spoke all tournament about improving, and I don't know if that was our best performance tonight.
Completion rate was good, but maybe the error count was possibly higher than it has been.
Yeah, you know, you can say a lot about completions, and do keep you in games at times, but it's about what you do with your sets as well, and how you finish your sets, and I don't think we did that particularly well tonight.
Thanks for talking to us.
No worries, thank you.
An honest appraisal from Gareth Ellis. I don't think too many people will disagree with those sentiments. That trophy, the Gillette Four Nations trophy, is heading back to Australia. New Zealand held it for the past 12 months after their victory in Brisbane this time last year. here tonight in West Yorkshire. It is the Australians who will go home with the trophy again. So there is the man of the match, Jonathan Thurston. Not too many people